or politics or diplomacy are ways of taking your competitive spirit into a particular domain. With Prime Minister Modi, with Captain Modi, there's a lot of net practice. The net practice starts at 6 o'clock in the morning and goes on till fairly late. Captain Modi does give his bowlers a certain amount of freedom. You know, if I could just pick up on something which Kevin said. He spoke about sports, cricket specifically, as a way of bonding, of uniting. I also look at it in a slightly different way. I mean, think of us, you know, we're from the world of sports, from the world of politics, from the world of diplomacy, and what is common amongst the three of us? All of them are extremely competitive activities. So at the end of the day, you know, sports or politics or diplomacy are ways of taking your competitive spirit into a particular domain. Now, when you speak about leadership, leadership is about making choices, having the courage to make the choices at difficult moments in the middle of a competition. And, you know, in anything which any of us would have done, a large part of it is drilling for it on a regular basis, the sort of, I would say, the going to the nets which you would do in every business or as a regular routine, but also the mental strength and the experience and and sometimes the innate talent to take the tough calls at the right time. Now, when you are competitive, yes, sometimes competition can be very extreme, and that's the kind of situation you are talking about. It will happen because not everybody would play by the rules. Not everybody, sometimes it could be temperament, sometimes it could be the compulsions of a situation. It can happen. But I would say, in my own way of working, I think if I have colleagues in the room, they would bear me out. I often, in diplomacy or in strategizing, use cricket analogies. You know, I would say I would take a particular match or a particular player and use that to get across to them that that's what I expect, or that's what I think we should do, or that's a kind of risk we should take. And in all of this, one has to plan for the fact that there will always be sledging, there will always be something beyond the rules, you know, something from the, as they say in another continent which doesn't play cricket, from the left field.
Right. I want to quote from what Mike Pompeo recently said about you in his book. He called you, and I'm quoting, a professional, rational, and a fierce defender of his boss and his country. And since you believe in cricket analogies, with a captain like Prime Minister Modi, how do you really set your field? Do you play an aggressive game and, you know, close in on the batsmen, or do you focus more on guarding the boundaries mostly?
Well, I think with Prime Minister Modi, with Captain Modi, there's a lot of net practice. I mean, the net practice starts at 6 o'clock in the morning and goes on till fairly late. But again, you know, there's also, and I'm sure Kevin would agree, I mean, if you have a particular bowler who you trust in or you've seen perform, you would give them the latitude. You throw the ball to them at the right moment. You would trust them to deal with that particular situation. And I think in that sense, Captain Modi does give his bowlers a certain amount of freedom. I mean, he expects you to take that wicket if he gives you the chance to do it.